press that button over all the way to the left. Down. Little box. Nope. Up. A hair. Over. To the right.
The My Catalana one?
Yeah. No, it's the single one. Keep going up. Yeah. There we are.
Oh, are we live?
We are live.
Are our mics up? Okay, perfect. Hello and welcome to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel, Mike Catalana, Dan Fetes. I am Jenna Cottrell. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're going to talk all about this Bills Patriots matchup. Stephon Diggs coming back to Orchard Park. We're going to talk about the defense. We're going to do credit to me. We're going to have our player of the week, all the fun stuff. But first, Mike, we are in the Connors and Ferris podcast studio.
Yeah.
We are relaxing, and we have something special coming up next week.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we have something special. We have a director tonight.
Oh, yeah, we do have a director
Rusty's
tonight.
in charge. So
Rusty,
he's
there's a
punching the
full
buttons.
screen up there next to the up one left. Is that it?
Yeah.
Does
There
it say
it is.
Riverworks?
There it is. All right. So
You're killing it, Rusty.
it's our live podcast coming up a week from tonight. We're taking the show to Buffalo. We're going to be there. So if you guys are in Buffalo, the Buffalo area, heck, anywhere, right? You can come.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're at the Riverworks. And what's cool for Dan, Jenna, and myself is we've never been there.
Never been there.
And what does everybody say? That place is
amazing.
cool. Place is going to be great. So we're going to be there. And there's going to be tickets available for you can register for tickets.
Yep.
Cool
To
stuff.
win tickets for the last game at the stadium. That's all we'll say. We didn't say which stadium, but saying at the stadium. And
There's a limo, right? Am
to
I
get
allowed-
to
am I
whatever
allowed to
place
say-
that is.
Am I allowed
You
to
can
say-
see the limo on the screen and White Claw because
Yeah.
White Claw is coming through for us.
Woo.
So we're going to be there 5 to 7
Yes.
and
meet
then do the
greet.
pod live from 7 to 8.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been to one of these, we have a lot of fun.
They're really fun.
We get to meet people. I mean, that have been watching the pod.
Yeah.
Some are new to the pod. Some are OGs that have been around the whole time.
yeah.
And now we're going to Buffalo. We got 2 at Riverworks. We have
Mhm.
another one coming up later in the year.
That'll be later. Yeah.
But this will be fun.
And
Yeah.
Sabres will be undefeated. It is their opening night, as well as we hope people are there because, like we always say, we hope there's not 3 people there, but we'll still do a live pod even
Yes.
if there is 3.
And if you can't make it, we'll still be live on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel.
All
Yes.
right. And also, we love people in the chat liking, commenting, subscribing. I have to read this comment from Joshua B. Martin 6, Rusty and staff. So,
Yes.
Rusty and
Yes.
staff. We love it. Thank you.
Terry Lynn, happy birthday.
Yes. Happy
54th
birthday.
So
Happy
thank
birthday.
you for being
Yeah.
part
We
of
love it. All right. Let's talk a little about this Bills Patriots matchup. A lot to talk about in this one, but I do think we have to start with the fact that the Bills are undefeated going into this game, a divisional game. We know how important that is. Deion Dawkins was asked this week at practice today just about the importance of the division game and how it does feel a little bit different in terms of to make it to the playoffs. The simplest way is to win the division, and Buffalo has their division rival coming up on Sunday.
And it's not just to make it is the simplest way, but they have won the division on the last day of the season in Miami. And then
Yes.
last year, I mean, it was over what? I mean, it was over November
Yeah.
max.
Yeah.
They hadn't even played the Patriots yet. They had already they had
Correct.
locked up the division. If they were to win on Sunday, they will be 3+ games ahead of the entire division, right? Because they would be 5-0. The
Yes.
Patriots would be 2-3. Everybody else with 3 or more losses,
Mhm.
and they've beaten everybody in the division.
Yeah.
So you cannot overstate how important this is for the Bills, and it puts the Patriots in a position where it would take a ton to come back to win the division.
Yeah.
So it is a massive game in that way, in importance. And they say sometimes one game it's worth 2. It's kind of worth 2.
It also, I know we've talked in a lot of this week was about the style points, that they haven't been overly impressive in their win against the Saints, which is fair. I think it's a fair point. Mike made a good point that style points really only matter in home games because you're expecting something.
Yeah, I think you feel that a little bit,
Yeah.
don't you? It's like they should or could show off a little bit more, dominate a little more. at
right,
home.
because you were, I think, on the radio and said that the fact of if they would have won by 12 points in New Orleans, you would have been like, yeah, all right, got the job done. You moved on and
Yeah.
things like that. There is part of me that this is the first game that the Bills are playing another, like, real team, if that's fair.
Yeah, no,
Because I saw somebody make the point, like, I know we joked around at times during the league podcast that we also do on the channel, like, oh, who the Bills played, who have the Eagles played, like kind of like ranking, like you said, like the Colts the one time when they were 3-0. It was like, okay,
What are you laughing at?
but the point is that somebody made a point that the Bills' 4 opponents combined have 1 win.
don't love that.
And I was like,
And
that
was the Dolphins beating the Jets.
oh, sorry, 2. I must have seen that set,
right?
That was before Monday night.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because the Ravens have 1.
The Ravens
Yeah.
have 1.
Ravens only have 1.
Yeah, so it was one of those things where it's like, you can sit there and again, we joke around about like spoiled Bills fans and all this stuff, but it was like, yeah, this is like this is a team. This is a legitimate football team. The Dolphins, the Jets, and the Saints are vying for more of the first overall pick than they are a playoff spot. The Patriots could be a playoff team. So this is kind of the Patriots called it a measuring stick. Actually, Stephon Diggs was the one that called it a measuring stick game for them.
Who said that?
Some guy.
I thought it was Stefan
Diggs. I did tweet that.
Yes.
Spelling's hard. But
you did tweet that?
Yeah, I did 100%. And then somebody was like, "Oh, I love Stefan Diggs," and I was like, I was like, "Why is this funny?" Got it. But no, I do think I think this is like those were kind of quizzes against the Jets, Dolphins, and Saints. This is more of a test.
Yeah, I agree. I think you look at what the Patriots have done. They're 2-2, but they're coming off a big win. They have Drake May, who they think could be a guy that could play in Foxborough for.
Here's a guy.
Here's a guy. But I think they think he could be the answer to the question of like, he's not Mac Jones. I'm not saying he's Tom Brady or Josh Allen or anyone like that. But I'm just saying you see what they've done. They've got him some pieces around him as well. And it feels like the Jets and the Dolphins feel like they're going in the exact opposite direction of the Patriots. And that is why this game, I expect it to be a little uncomfortable and close at times, because I think this is a Patriots team that's frisky, truly.
So Jenna and I have worked together so long. I think she thought right away, this is when Mike's going to interrupt me and say, what
yeah, that's why I had to be like,
no,
obviously he's
that's not what I was going to say.
No.
I was going to say it's also a time for the Bills to step up and punch the Patriots in the mouth and say, you're not ready to do this. And I would think coming off the 2 wins that they've had recently, where the Dolphins and the Saints for a majority of that game look to be their equals, is not a great feeling for this team. And we can say all we want about the defense and the offense scoring 30 points, but they do want to establish something. And I do think this is a night, Sunday night is a night to do that, to say to everybody, okay, you may be on your way up, but you're not with us yet.
Yeah. And
go out and prove that. So I would expect, I always don't say effort. I just would expect a more determined team, like to say
a more definitive win.
Yeah, like a definitive win. And it doesn't have to be by 10 points, 20 points, whatever it is. It's sort of like you'll know it when you see it. They were the better team. They took care of business.
Yeah.
There is still room, a substantial room between the two. And that may not happen. It may be tight as can be and you got to squeak it out, or the other happens. But I think this is a time for the Bills to do that also.
Yeah. We want to thank Terry Lynn, who gave us a super tip. Great looking studio. We always love to hear that. The Connors and Ferris podcast studio. We have a lot of fun in here. So we appreciate that. Also, a lot of comments about the whiteout jersey, or what about the cold front jersey. I can't get that right because it's going to be 80.
Yeah. 80 degrees in the 70s by the kickoff. And it's funny. Now, do you think they're just, the players seem to like these jerseys?
I like them.
For me, I just feel like it would be way cool. Look, you can't pick the weather, obviously, but later on in the season, I wish it were colder when they're wearing these jerseys, because I think it would be really cool.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't decide to wear them, right? This is the only time they're wearing them. Right?
Only time they're wearing them.
Yeah. They're the rivalry ones. They got a little UB or Lions look to them.
Oh, I thought Oregon. It's got a little bit of like those. When Oregon wears their white and silver.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I could see that.
Almost like it almost looks like a little bit of a camo pattern, like underneath it. I don't know. I think they're clean.
When I
think
see
they're really clean
guys
jerseys.
wearing the hats that are based on this, I always think Detroit Lions when I say it.
Yeah.
Because it has that, it has the buffalo, but it kind of looks,
Yeah.
I was just going back and looking at the last 4 games that the Patriots and Bills have played. Because some of the stats, even Josh's stats against New England, are a little skewed because that was the Brady era. So like kind of post that is what I was looking at tonight. And 2-2 the last 4 games. Now, again, last year was Mitch Trubisky and the game didn't matter.
That should count as a Bills win.
Yes, because it was also the cost the Patriots
the number one pick.
Yeah, that was Gerard Mayo saying.
But the last other time the Patriots had won was October of 2023. Because a lot of these times they played at the end of the year when like literally the Bills have had pretty much nothing to play for. But that was when Mac Jones drove them down the field with like 2 minutes to go and hit Mike Gesicki for a touchdown.
Oh my
and
gosh.
they beat New England. New England won 29-25. The Bills fell to 4-3 on the season.
That was a brutal game.
Oh, wow.
That isn't quite losing in Jacksonville, but for Mac Jones to walk that team down the field and score was brutal.
And then what? A few weeks later, Dorsey's fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
And it was kind of the Joe Brady era after that.
Started after that. So yeah, that was bad. But yeah, and I understand their division games too, but they have established themselves, the Bills have, as the clear-cut team in the division. That's why I said it's kind of funny. Even when the Dolphins were right there, they got them in the last game of the season, right? And last year they just dominated the whole way through and won it. So they could put themselves in a great, great spot by being 5-0 and 3-0 in the division, obviously undefeated in the conference too, when you're 5-0, but it would be in a great spot, or they can let New England think they can hang around. So that's what's at stake.
Well, this New England team, I do feel like has some confidence. Like they have Mike Vrabel. This is the first year he's their head coach. Drake May seems like what we talked about earlier. Like he's looked really good in some moments. Has he had some turnovers? Yes, but there's been comparisons this week, Dan, like as we look at this Bills Patriots matchup, that like Drake May has some Josh Allen in him.
Well, some Tom Brady in him. Because he's the only one that has had 3 consecutive games of 75% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, and 200+ yards. So there's no Josh Allen comparisons. It's Brady comparisons.
Can I say something about those stats? Now that's impressive, but man, they can find a stat.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the only guy to have 200 yards passing, more than 19 yards rushing, and
Carson Wentz has the highest completion percentage on games when it's 73 degrees out at kickoff. You can find stats however you want.
How do you think Dan makes a living?
Yeah.
But I will say he has been impressive with his decision making. And the comparisons to Josh are physical. Year one, Josh was all over the map, but definitely Josh flashed more than Drake May did in year one.
Absolutely.
Rookie to rookie.
Yeah.
But year two, Josh was still sugar high Josh, up and down, but that team ended up making the playoffs.
2019.
And
that Houston game.
My God, I'm going to watch that Houston game again. Just to
still
look
the
at
loudest stadium I've ever been in.
Pat DeMarco.
Deep ball to Pat DeMarco.
Double covered.
When he tried to
shovel it to Dawson Knox down the field.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And he went
Saran Neal
backwards.
had Deshaun Watson wrapped up on 3rd and 26.
Yeah.
I still remember that opening drive though, when the Bills went down. I mean,
Josh caught it and
a
flipped
touchdown
from John Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look back at that game,
That was
you're
wild.
like, who is this guy playing quarterback for the Bills?
Yeah.
So Drake May's not been that.
Yeah.
I think Drake May has gotten the idea of playing a little more under control.
Yeah.
Down, even though he's had moments, and that's when he's turned the ball over. So
I will say this. I'm going.
Hold on. Joshua says Patrick DeMarco was open in Josh's mind. That really is true. Yes, he did think he was open.
I'm going to give myself credit because
Wow.
I never
Stunning.
do that. I did say the Patriots would be the 2nd best team in this division. When we did our
Hand up. I said Jets.
Yeah.
I am taking the L right
Honestly,
now.
Yeah.
Yes, you are right, Dan.
because and my main reason was
I did say Dolphins 4th, and that's got a very
did.
even
Yes.
though they won that game.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm
But
holding on to the 4th.
but I said that mainly because we were looking at the talent in the rosters before the season, and my main purpose of why I thought they'd finish 2nd was because of Mike Vrabel. Like, this is a guy that has proven throughout his NFL coaching career he gets more with less, gets more out of less than most coaches do in the NFL. They were not a very good team in Tennessee, but they found ways to win games. And they always talked about, and some of his former players said that he would have formulas or recipes to go into a game saying, we're going to rush for 200, we're going to rush for 150 yards. We're going to hold them to under 100. We're not going to turn the ball over, and we're going to win by 4 points. And more often than not, that exact thing happens. So he gives his team the recipe of how we're going to beat this team. And that is what worries me a little bit, because we have seen blueprints over the last few weeks of teams that are inferior to the Bills hang around. And that, I think Mike Vrabel can sit there and say, guys, we're going to do this, this, and this, and we're going to be in this game, and we're going to make a play and win it. And that's, they got to break their will. Break their will
really
early.
Oh, you're going
hammering
for that.
home.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying though, because
What were we giggling about?
oh, it was a comment.
I think I know which one. Go ahead.
Was it the Max or was it Max Herzog? Was it the Herzog one?
Oh, no.
Max Herzog. It's like picking the shiniest turd. Talking about the
Yeah,
other teams
yeah.
in the division.
Which one were you chuckling about over there?
It was just they were talking about the whiteout game, and Pop said, I want to see all of you wear white like the Backstreet Boys. I thought that was pretty funny.
Rusty's,
Dan, you could wear
Also,
the
we got to
Bud
shout
Light.
out Rusty.
yeah, Rusty's even bringing up.
I know, bringing up the comments.
That's it.
We love
We
that.
feel like a real podcast
I
now.
know. Imagine that. Wow. What were you saying, Michael?
No, I was just saying that Dan could wear his
My Bud Light
white.
jacket.
Yeah, looks
That's
sharp.
true. Very sharp. No, I do hear what you're saying though, because bad teams have hung around with less talent than what the Patriots have.
Yes.
And if you are Vrabel, you're like, guys, we could have an opportunity. We just need to stay in this, because the Bills haven't been able to put a team down other than the Jets early in a game.
Can I say that
No.
that plan to do well against the Bills defense is a very easy plan to accomplish?
Yeah.
Because it's just run the football, get rid of the ball
Yeah.
quickly, don't allow your quarterback to stand in the pocket, move him around if he can move, and May can move.
Make a move.
So they have all those things
Yeah.
in order to say, okay, we're going to keep moving the chains. We're going to make plays, you know.
Well, this brings up, we on our post talking about how we are doing the live podcast tonight. Mike, you asked for certain questions,
Yep.
and this brings up a question by Coon Dogs Outdoor Adventures. Lots of questions about the defense. Is this a coaching program, injury problem, personnel problem, or like Jenna would say in this case, can three things be true? So is it a coaching problem, an injury problem, or a personnel problem?
Okay, I'm going to go with the Jenna comment amended to say all three, but in different levels. I think the injury thing has impacted them. There's no question, right? I mean, you could say when they're playing games without Ed Oliver, for a team that is not great up front and has young players, and we've seen how Ed can play, that hurts. Fine. Matt Milano not being in the game, that hurts. We don't know about Max Hairston. He's never played in a game before, but you know, that part can hurt a little bit. Coaching, yes, but I just hold to the point of saying, I don't think the roster is good enough on defense. I don't say they don't have good players. I just think when I'm game planning, if I'm a team game planning and I'm sitting there going, who am I stopping? I think Ed is a guy you look at a little bit because Ed can be very disruptive. I don't think either guy on the edge, and I'm saying this, Greg Rousseau.
He's got to like have Joey Bosa in there too.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm saying is neither guy. Bosa
Telling on
started out.
himself.
Bosa started out pretty well. Nothing much in the last two games. Again, they're game planning the idea of.
If he's nothing much, what's Greg?
I am saying is Rousseau hasn't done it. You two.
No, this is a good comment from Charles saying not enough blue chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, so I will say Deion Walker has gotten off to a good start.
Yep.
And he has flashed. TJ Sanders, nothing really so far. Haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
But they're rookies.
Landon Jackson can't even get out on the field.
Right.
He can't even get a jersey on game day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when that's why I've mentioned this before. When people talk about how good the roster is, like if you could play, you'd be playing.
Well,
so I don't want to hear that.
It's what we've always said, that Bean can build 1 through 53 really well. That is a strength that he has risen the floor of this roster.
You mean 10 through 53?
No, I mean like all of it is pretty good.
Oh,
no,
but
yes,
the
yeah.
top tier is there's not a Chris Jones. There's not a Trent McDuffie. There's not a Patrick Surtain. And I get it. Some of those guys you need to be, drafting like top picks in the first round. But there's also signing. I don't know. I guess I just look at this still and I go, there still aren't those players that on defense that strike fear in offensive coordinators. Like, hey, identifying where this guy is on every snap and making sure the play goes away from him. That's where
I agree.
And to this point of I'm shooting the game on Sunday and already I'm getting DMs saying fire Sean McDermott when the Saints go down the field and score a touchdown. It's like he broke through 6 tackles. Like, what do you want Sean to do or Bobby Babbage to do about that? So we talked to Ed Oliver this week. He's been limited in practice. He said that he doesn't think that the run defense is that far off. He thinks it's just a few little things here and there. Okay. But this has been a problem that's been going on for a few seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I almost was going to say it's a Mrs. Lincoln line there about the defense. Like, they made a few plays, but then they got torched for 189 yards.
But I do think one of the biggest things, like against the Saints, it was the yards the Saints got after contact. And that is a huge piece of the missed tackling and why the defense has looked as poor as it has, is because also at some point, what do we talk about? The X's and O's, but the Jimmies and Joes as well.
And can we just use the Daquan line?
It's about a man whooping another man,
and you have to do that. And I have to say, I've seen Deion Walker do that.
Yeah.
Throw a guy to the side, make a play and do that. So I know there's help coming, after the suspensions are over and maybe the injuries and maybe Max Hairston, though I'm not confident in his contribution to this team this year.
Agreed.
We'll see. But in that case,
I think you would be asking a lot for a guy that has missed a lot of time.
This is interesting. Ryan says, isn't his defense top 5 against the pass? They invite the run.
Oh, I got that for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got the stat for you.
Yeah.
This is what I've been I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh.
Craziest stat.
Okay.
The Bills are number 1 pass defense. Fewest yards allowed per game. Okay. Mm-hmm. They are 31st against the run. In fact, the Bills have allowed more rushing yards than passing yards.
That's wild.
Wow.
In 2025.
Wow.
And I wouldn't necessarily say the Bills' passing defense is elite. So teams are just taking the medicine and saying, you can't stop the run, and we're going to stick to it. That's a wild set. They're the only team that is the margins, pass first run.
That is pretty wild to think about.
And, it's funny. The third down stats are better than they've actually played, I think. We always say the Jets one really was an outlier because the Jets were 0 for 11. And last week was better, but early in that game or in some key moments, the Saints were able to convert. It got better as the game went along. They stopped them a few times. One of the third down stops was the catch in the end zone for a touchdown that Brandon Cooks didn't hold on to.
Which would have given the Saints the lead.
Yeah,
which would have been their first lead of the season.
You knew that it would have given them the lead. Remember how you thought that they never led?
Oh no, that was in the
Dolphins game.
No, I know.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, I do think there's plenty of room for improvement. We know that, and we know that their reinforcements are coming with the suspensions coming up soon for Michael Hoyt, Larry Ogunjobi. Mike, realistically, what do you think they will be able to add to this defense?
I think, in theory, Michael Hoyt could be impactful because that's what you can do. You can move him around. He's played linebacker before. You can rush him from the edge. I think he is a versatile player. But it's a lot to ask for a guy who's never played with this team to just jump in the middle. I'm hopeful that that's the case. I'm hopeful that he gives a spark to the pass rush. Russo has been, not just to me, been very disappointing in general.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly to you, though.
Bosa, flashes of good, but not dominant, but that's still
definitely
good.
The most impactful.
No doubt. He's the most impactful.
But also there is more to be desired.
And
I think that's
nothing
fair to
in
say.
pass rush coming off the bench. Javon Solomon plays a lot of special teams.
Yeah.
He's in the rotation. So they haven't gotten that. I do think Hoyt does. I'm not sure about Ogunjobi, but he's a veteran who has been around. He'll be in the mix.
Yeah, and we can have the same conversation in 2 or 3 weeks. We're going to be doing the same thing of what you think they can improve. What's fascinating to me, Jenna, is that the Patriots aren't a very good, like we talked to Mike Giardi from the Boston Sports Journal, Mount Rushmore guest on Buffalo Plus here. There's this thought that like Vrabel, physical team. And he's like, that's not really them yet. They may
That's
want
who they want
to be,
right?
That's who they want to be. That's the Mike Vrabel identity. But I'm looking at like the Patriots run for like 100 yards a game, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Ramondre Stevenson is their leading carrier. He's got 125 yards on the season. He's never rushed for more than 55 yards in a game this year. Like Drake May is their second leading rusher with 98 yards. Like they are not a team that has been running the ball down teams' throats. So it'd be interesting to see if they try to put on their big boy pants and do that, or if they just keep going with May, who's been kind of the dink and dunk his way down the field, which he's been very good at, completing 75% of his passes.
Putting on the big boy pants is a funny thing to say, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Just for me, or
No,
just in general.
Just in
It just
general.
is.
It's just like a fun
at the helm?
Put on at the helm.
have to have other cliches. All right, we've made it 24 minutes without talking about Stephon Diggs. You want to talk about Drake May and the options that are there on the offense?
Sure.
This is what I want to know. We've talked about it. It's not even a disagreement. Just I'm not really sure what we're going to see. I think he was popular amongst Bills players. I think you'll see a lot of players.
You think he was popular?
Yeah, I think he was popular amongst the Bills players.
He was very popular.
Oh, okay. I'm saying is, here's what I'm going to say. I'm not in the room.
That's crazy. You know he was very popular.
I know, but maybe not with everybody, right? I mean, I don't know. And there's been some changes. It's 2 years since he's been there. I'm saying is the ones who were friendly with him are going to be good with him. Not everybody. I want to know what the fans are going to be like. And I think he's going to come out. That's why I want to say it in the comments. He's going to come out. He's going to play catch with a 9-year-old boy on the sidelines.
They're going to boo the crap out of him. And they're going to throw the football back at him as hard as they can.
Well, no, I'm curious, people in the chat, what their opinion is. If you're going to the game on Sunday, even if you're not, what would you boo Diggs? Would you?
Are you booing the TV?
Are you booing the TV? Yeah, genuinely. Because I know Matt Collins would probably get applause and cheers.
Absolutely.
Of course he should. I'm
so curious what he's going to wear on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so curious what.
I know what he's not going to wear.
I know. He definitely won't be wearing
Shoes.
but what else he will be wearing. But yeah, I do think that Diggs, we're getting some comments. Diggs, Bills own AFC. It's funny. Diggs definitely gets booed.
Without the drama, I wanted him to stay.
Oh, see, Deanna saying, I cannot wait to see him.
I will boo Diggs when he shows up.
Max Herzog saying Diggs will play the villain with enthusiasm. I do agree with that. I think Stephon Diggs loves having that chip on his shoulder.
How about when he scored the touchdown in New England and he went to each fan?
Yeah. F you.
Yeah.
Like he is going to relish being the villain coming back to Buffalo.
Yeah.
And,
I agree.
And
1,000%.
and here's the other thing I'll say. If he goes for 7 for 110 and a touchdown and they lose by 40, Diggs gonna be happy.
I agree with that.
Will anybody be in the box for him up there in the booth? Like
Cardi B?
Cardi B?
Why were you being weird? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Does she go to games? I don't know.
She's gone to games.
Yeah.
I think she's been to one, but still.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I just think that he is going to, it's the old, they don't boo nobodies. And he's going to love hearing that.
You know what's fascinating, though? I've been to so many Bills games. Like, guys are booed like Brady got booed when he came on the field. Because, he owned that place. Like, I'm trying to think of how many times, like they try to boo you try to boo in a football game, like, when Stephon Gilmore first came back, because he had said he wanted out. Like
here's, and I know it's a different sport, but it's the same fan base. Sabres fans still boo Jack Eichel whenever he touches the puck.
I think that's so, like, Eichel was the guy. Like, Diggs was a piece of the team, and like, don't get me wrong, he was number 2, but he wasn't number 1. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He'll come back. Vegas will come to Buffalo and they will still boo Jack Eichel.
I think that's
it's a lot easier to boo at a hockey game. It's just easier.
Yeah,
it's like football is like, especially
I don't know. I can see him getting booed jogging into the huddle. Him coming off the sidelines and then booing him.
I could also see him making a play, him pointing for a first down, and the boos. You need a moment to really boo him.
Nurse Giggle saying, I think Diggs created a tense atmosphere and he should not be celebrated. Fans should just turn their backs on him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I will be fascinated because
also Geese saying Diggs definitely scores a touchdown. It's a lock.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Is that going to be on Dan's best bets?
No, but maybe I should add that because think about what the Bills did with Elijah Moore, where they were like, we're going to get him a touchdown against the Jets.
Yeah.
Like Vrabel's. Vrabel, that'll be a telling thing. If Diggs is really embraced in that locker room, they will find him a way to get in the end zone.
I think he is, though, because he's on his best behavior.
When he's not on a boat, when he's not doing other
No,
things
I do.
away
I
from
think
the team.
I think he's doing and saying all the right things.
He definitely is doing that.
I think that yeah.
But you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Where it's like,
No, I
if
get
they
it.
if they get in the red zone and they take out Diggs, that's a telling of like,
Yes.
we don't want you to get that moment. It's the same way that like the Bills put out Elijah Moore to run that jet sweep
Yeah.
for that play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
I
the
would-
reward of like being the good teammate where it's like,
Yeah.
hey man, we're going to let you get your moment.
Yeah.
If they don't do that,
I don't know what the
Oh.
Patriots do for captains.
Pops Mafia said, will Patriots send Diggs out as a captain? I could definitely see that.
Some
Maybe that's
teams-
when he gets booed.
Some teams have their regular captains and
Yeah.
go out there. Other teams like the Bills will have different
Rotate,
guys
yeah.
go out there.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see him going out there.
I could
I think
definitely.
that'll be telling.
Yeah. It'd be telling, you're right. They'd be
I don't
telling
think
what
they have
Vrabel
to
is
boo
thinking.
him, though.
What?
I don't think they have to boo him. I know you say this, but I'm just.
He wasn't. Here's a comparison. Jerry Hughes wouldn't get booed when he would come back. I don't even remember.
No, no.
But
Oh
I'm
my
saying
God.
is that
First of
like
all, I still think Jerry Hughes.
Jerry Hughes
get
can still
meaningful
play.
snaps
He
on
might
the
be getting
D-line.
to the quarterback.
yeah. But like that's what I'm saying is that like this went south because of Diggs. It didn't go south because of production. It didn't go south because of Thurman Thomas going to Miami because it was just the end of his time in Buffalo. This went south because of Diggs's actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did. There's no doubt.
So-
He
to
made his
sit-
bed and now he has to lie. in
Right.
it.
So to sit there and be like, it's okay, don't bother booing him, I think is crazy.
Yeah.
I think he should be booed very hard because that's what sports are. It's hate.
Hey, I
Catalana.
do love the hate.
This
Hey,
is what
by
it
the way,
is.
seriously. Like when the Eagles got T.O., it was incredible. And then when he left, he went to the Cowboys. The game was insane with the amount of booing and going after that kind of guy. And he played it up. Now, he's not quite T.O.
Yeah.
I mean,
Correct.
T.O. was a unique player in that way. But no, I think it happens. And I just think Diggs
Sorry.
will. I
Love
did
it.
think you're right. He will love it.
He will love it.
Joshua Martin saying, can't wait to retweet the "you sure Diggs" tweet. I do like that. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Well, I said before, he did the three things, right? He's on the Patriots, which makes him a rival.
Yep.
He said, I won out of Buffalo.
Yep.
And he got into it in whatever form with Josh Allen. He's
Oh my
against the
God.
quarterback. So that's the triumvirate of things.
I agree with Max saying, though, if he wasn't booed, it would drive him nuts. I
But
think that would actually drive him nuts. I do. I'm not saying
Well, I will also say this. The man needs relevance.
he
He is
Clearly.
he is like he's not that guy. He is now he
Correct.
might be the best. I still think Mac Hollins. It's 2 touchdowns for Mac, by the way. I want
love
Mac to
Mac.
come back. I want them to get him off the Patriots and
think
bring
you
him
can
back.
make the
Ryan
case-
Kennedy says Diggs will probably be cheered when he comes on the field initially, but booed every time he makes a big
That's
play.
That's
fair.
what I said, yeah.
1,000%.
I
Also,
don't know, man. We're on this, like we're on the field quite a bit pregame, and there's not a whole lot of like, hey Diggs, sign like opposing players. It is pretty harsh, which it should be.
Yeah.
It's the opponent.
But you're just comparing other players in
I was
general.
gonna say, yeah.
I would say if you ever heard
Isn't
the
he ju-
Patriots, he's not just another player. If you ever heard the Patriots, they loved getting booed in Buffalo. 'Cause
Yeah.
They knew they
Yes,
were going to win.
yeah.
Edelman, Brady, they've talked about it. It's like it was the best. We got booed there and we'd always win.
I mean,
So the
that's a
best-
fact, yeah.
Best thing is to win
yeah.
and not
oh,
put
is
him
it?
in. No, I'm saying just the idea is like if they're winning
Oh, yeah.
and he makes a
Mhm.
play,
Mm,
that's going to hurt. That's
Mhm.
going to hit hard
yeah.
if it's, late in the game and it's a
Yeah.
touchdown. So,
I miss Mac Hollins.
Same.
yeah.
This offense could certainly use Mac Hollins.
Trade deadline, Curtis Samuel for Mac Hollins. Yeah, I don't think the
No,
Patriots.
let's go back
Yeah.
talking about Greg Rousseau. So I
You
was-
guys are mean.
Yeah.
You two are mean.
Yeah.
Greg's a
You
nice
talk
man.
about making your bed and lying in it.
I keep saying he's not been good enough.
Yeah,
he
I see.
needs to
But
but you
play
keep
better.
picking a
Let's
best your player of
Yeah.
the week.
He needs to be better.
Okay.
I mean, he's not MVS, but he needs to be better.
Well done,
Yeah,
Michael.
there we
We
go.
love that. Okay. All right. We're talking about the defense a little bit earlier. So I think we should, before we talk more about this game, we should talk about White Claw and the grab of the week. All right. Getting ready for Sunday. The White Claw grab of the week. Grab life by the claw. Look at that. You want to hang with the bros. Get a White Claw going.
Jack, Sophie, Mark, they're all having claws.
I'm going to go peach for this game. I would go peach.
So here's what I'm going to say. I think the grab of the week is by Rusty. Because the first thing
Yes!
he said was, get me some White Claw.
He did.
He said, we don't have enough to pay you, Rusty. He said, we'll pay you in white. He goes, I'll take White Claws. And we
Yeah.
said, perfect. We got Kate. They're all around. They're all
I know.
around.
Yeah,
White
this
Claws
way.
everywhere.
The
It's right here.
Buffalo, the Connors and Ferris studio. So
Yes, so we do love that. All right, so the White Claw grab of the week.
Dan, you say it because you came up with it. I thought it was great.
you thought Khalil Shakir,
Yeah,
which
because
is,
I was thinking normally.
yes,
So you were thinking very.
I thought it was
Dan-like.
Cole Bishop. I mean,
I'm
that-
with you.
That interception was the White Claw catch grab of. Say it again. How do we? The White Claw grab of the week. I said
Yes.
white catch. The White Claw grab.
It kind of was.
You weren't even reading
It was a white catch by the safety, Cole Bishop. One-handed grab by Cole Bishop really kind of swung the game.
You're going to do a story on White Coal now?
Cold
It was an incredible athletic play.
Yes,
it really
by him.
was.
So that was something. But yeah,
Yeah.
Jenna did a great job on the White Claw.
I know.
Dan came
I
in
just-
and butchered it.
Butchered it.
Max says the white guy catch of the week.
Can
No, but
Dan even spell White Claw?
no, he can't. Okay, but I do think the White Claw grab of the week, Cole Bishop, Mike, that for him,
Yeah.
that was a huge play. We can't even act like it wasn't. I know it was right before the half, but that took points off the board. And for a guy that's, had some struggles throughout his career, it's still only year 2 for him. There's been bumps and bruises along the way, but to make a play like that in a moment like that, what can that do for him?
So Jenna just described it with the way we all ask Cole Bishop questions afterward, because you don't want to say, "Hey Cole, man, been a rough ride for a little bit." We're
Hey,
like,
you've sucked. No,
You've tried
he
to,
hasn't sucked.
it's been getting it, you try to set it up to make that play. I give him credit, man. He is name, rank, and serial number. He's like, he knows he made a play. What I think was impressive on that play was he didn't think, and I mean that in a positive way. He is a good athlete,
Yeah.
and he made an athletic
reacted.
play, reacted,
Mhm.
went, got the ball. I think it is a tough position to play in this defense. You got to know so much. You got to be in the right spot. It's constantly thinking about those things. In that moment, he just took off, read the play, and made the play. And it was a huge play for him.
And Tommy Tommy commenting, Bishop making that play must be a huge confidence boost.
Yeah, and you heard Sean McDermott kind of echo that, like talking about where Cole is in this season. And I think Sean, that was proud, not dad moment, but coach moment. Like, yeah. And he even was like, you guys have seen it. You guys have been talking about it, asking me about it.
Yeah.
And he goes, here's a guy that, that's
Here's a
learned,
guy.
but has gone through the ringer early on in his career. And to come up and make that play in that moment was huge. And it's probably what Sean and Brandon Beane and Bobby Babich have been waiting for.
Absolutely.
Like, this is why we keep putting you out there. This is why we have put up with the missed tackles and getting dribbled like a basketball by Derrick Henry. Like this is what we have you here for, is to make that type of athletic, instinctual play, which is what they had for a while with Micah Hyde.
Can I add something here? Since that game in that play, Cole Bishop's been better than Derrick Henry.
Wow.
It's like Monstars from Space Jam. It's like he dribbled and took all of his talent.
I'm seriously, since that game,
No, that's
Derrick
fair.
Henry's numbers are abysmal.
I
and
have
he
him in
fumbled
fantasy
again.
football. And
I
every
do too.
week
I'm getting killed.
Yeah.
And Cole has made more plays, so especially that one. So
no, I
maybe
do
he
think that
did.
can be really big. I'm not saying that could be a turning point, but I do think that could be, what are we talking about? Confidence is so important for these guys, and he has had his confidence continually beaten down. So for
from
him,
the man he's trying to emulate, it's a hell of a drug, right?
Yeah, confidence,
and he
is a hell
needed
of a
it.
drug.
So he seemed. I was glad to see him upbeat, and I was glad to see him measured in his responses, because he knows.
Yeah,
he's made a couple of plays, and that was a great one. So
no, it's very true.
Agreed.
Okay, cool. Okay, I don't know why you're being so weird.
Well, you just were silent and then looked at me. And it was like dance monkey. Like now you talk. It was like, I don't want to.
No. Okay.
It's like when I try and get my daughters to be like, hey, Ryan, do this in front of Jenna now. Like, do it. And then she just goes like,
No.
You're like, all right, I guess you won't perform on command.
Okay. So, all right. Well, I think we should talk about this Bills offense. James Cook, for the first time in his career, being named AFC Offensive Player of the Month. I think that's a big deal. I actually asked, dang, I sound like Dan, but we talked to Josh Allen this weekend.
You talked to Josh Allen?
There were other people there. I asked Josh just about James Cook, because for James Cook's career in Buffalo so far, up before the season, he was a very quiet, very much did not show emotion. There was kind of the joke about him being just having zero enthusiasm, just zero reaction to anything. But I think you see him getting paid. And I asked Josh just about how he's seen a change in him. And Josh talked about how he's just feels freed up, like that off the field stuff took care of itself. And now he can just go relax and enjoy and be the football player that he needs to be. And I think it's been so cool to watch what he has added to this Bills offense, because it's been tremendous to watch.
Nice to see him honored. I think he has taken a step up, not just in this offense, but in the league.
Yeah.
He's definitely a top 5 back in the league right now.
Yeah.
He's playing great. He gets in the end zone, makes big plays.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked before about his patience, and his vision is all better. He's become the player that he thought he was when he was in negotiations with the Bills.
Oh, that's good.
I do love this comment from Answer. You could ask James, but James won't say anything. That is true. He will not really say a lot, but he just seems like he's smiling more engaged. Like you see it on the sidelines.
Yeah. And I also just think back to, I can't remember who I was talking to, but they were asking about that he doesn't talk much. And Mike, we were there in the Meadowlands when they brought him to the podium. It was just Josh, James, and Sean. They brought to the podium after the game. And I think James answered 3 questions, and it took 90 seconds. Was the entire press conference, where like even everybody in the media room was like, yep, we're good.
Yeah.
Like we got it. James was like, I was running the ball hard. Guys were blocking. And there was like 2 more questions, and you're like, hey, like let's
90 seconds feels like a lot. I feel like it was
but for 3 questions,
40.
right? And like, but the fact that we were all like, we don't want to waste anybody else's time here.
Yeah.
We're all good. But again, I think there's a more of a focus of getting him the ball more, keeping him on the field more. His snap count, his percentages are up, all of those things. And yeah, I really think that you see this, and maybe some of it is just coincidence or circumstance, but players that hold out and do these things during the offseason or training camp, slow starts. I think of the wide receiver in
Terry McLaurin.
Yeah. Like, you're not there. You're out of shape. You pull something, you tweak something. You're not a part of the team. It feels like you really are kind of distant, no matter how much you feel. It happened to Brandon Ayuk. It happened to Deebo Samuel out in San Francisco for all those years, those contract issues. He has, again, I joked around. He's underpaid right now.
Yeah.
Like he went from a top 10 running back who said he wanted to make whatever in social media posts or whatever, but now he's a top 5 through this month, the top 3 running back in the NFL.
And he's great for this offense.
Yeah.
He works well with this offensive line.
1,000%.
And, we're talking about, he got to 1,000 yards last year in the last game of the season, that one we talked about in New England. Whereas this year, not to be on pace guy, but he's averaging 100 yards a game so far. So,
which is pretty incredible.
For 400 yards. And I keep repeating this because I want to see it happen. He's had the one against the Jets. He's so close to breaking long runs. And maybe we'll see that on Sunday night, but he's been really good. Now, the Patriots right now are ranked as one of the best.
I believe they said second
best.
Yeah, against
run
the
defense.
Bills. Yeah.
So numbers are numbers. I don't, pretend to say, well, I, know everything about their defense, but it's like you said, Dan, the Bills are giving up the least passing yards. Does that mean they're a great pass defense?
Yeah.
They just haven't been challenged as much that way.
What do you want to see from the receivers in this game? Like Dalton Kincaid, I say like all pass catchers in this, I should say. But
yeah, so that's tricky because I think it's going to be a tough day for the wide receivers, because Christian Gonzalez was back last week, looked really good. And then they have Carlton Davis, Mike.
Yes.
Who's also like, they're 2 man coverage corners. And if there has been something that the Bills have struggled with at times, it's getting separation in man coverage. The Bills and Josh have gotten so good at the zone coverage, which is what teams have played. Now, again, if that means they're playing and I'm getting a little bit of a tangent, but if they're playing man defenses, that means their backs are turned and Josh can take off and run a lot more. So that's why teams stopped playing a lot of man coverage against the Bills, because Josh was beating them with their legs. Now he's beating them with their arms and zone coverage. So Mike Giardi was talking about that a lot of times they have what's called cat coverage, where it's like, you got that cat, and then everybody else. They try and play pretty much 9-on-9 because those corners are good enough to do it. So I think it could be a tough day for, guys like Keon and Shakir and Josh Palmer and things like that. I know that was one of the questions, like, does this need to be a Josh Palmer breakout game? I think it could be tough there. I think there will be opportunities for the tight ends. They haven't been great guarding the tight ends so far this season. So that could be an opportunity for Kincaid and Knox and Hawes to kind of eat in the passing game.
And this team is strong in the interior defensive line.
Yeah.
Christian Barmore is back and healthy. He had the thing with the blood clots. And Milton Williams is earning his money.
Was not at practice today.
Oh.
Milton Williams was limited yesterday and was not seen at practice on Thursday.
That would be a big deal because he has been impactful. He had a sack at the end of that Dolphins game to help them win. He has been that guy for them so far. So that would be big.
In terms of the injury report, just Jackson Hawes has been limited the last couple of days with an ankle injury. So that's something to monitor as we get closer to Sunday. Now, there's a comment in the chat earlier, and I lost it, so I apologize. But it was, Tommy saying, Josh Palmer has been disappointing so far. He was supposed to be a separator. Do you think it's too strong to say disappointing? But we are entering week 5, and I feel like he has not really had a tremendous impact in games like you would want to have seen by now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
big catch in Baltimore.
He did have that. Yep.
That's fair.
But there's a lot of time that goes by, and you're like, I think he only had 15 snaps on offense last week. So don't go by what they say, go by what they do. 15 snaps for him in the offense. They're playing a lot of 3 tight ends.
I know.
And,
I could get off on a tangent, but I won't.
Well, that's never happened before.
Yeah.
Well, then why are you paying wide receivers if you're just going to play 3 tight ends?
That was my point.
I like draft wide receivers cheap and then play all the tight ends.
That was the point.
Curtis Samuel, you're paying all this money. He can't get a jersey and he's making me look bad.
God. Hold up your thing, says Dan is right. I am agreeing with you.
Take Mike's shot, Rusty.
There we go.
Please.
Yes.
Damn.
Oh, he's so proud of that.
Yes.
This was the point, as I mentioned, we mentioned him in a pod last time, Jeremy White was making about the wide receivers. It's not about always getting top picks and you have to do that, but you are paying a lot of money for Palmer and Samuel.
It's the second most expensive position in the NFL.
But individually, you're right. And on this
He's
team,
talking about for the team.
For this team, it's, now you've paid Shakir, but Shakir earned that second check. You got him cheap.
Yeah.
It was a great draft pick.
Yeah.
You got him cheap. Keon is.
Did you say draft pick?
Yes, I know. Keon, you got to get more. He started out well, had the good fourth quarter against Baltimore. You want more. But Keon is cheap compared to what you're paying Palmer and what you're paying Curtis Samuel. To get veteran wide receivers that are good players is an expensive proposition. It's the opposite of what they did at corner.
Yes.
Corner's an expensive position.
Correct.
They went out and got a vet on the cheap in Trey White. They did for what, but then they drafted basically 3, if you want to count
Jordan Hancock,
but he's going to probably end up being maybe, I don't know, safety.
Yeah.
But you got a couple of guys, Dorian Strong, and you're hoping Max Hairston. It's an expensive position. Draft a bunch, bring those guys in. And they didn't do that. So you're paying a lot of money for guys who are not contributing that much.
Yeah.
It's just like you get the recipes to make chicken parm and then you want to make shrimp scampi. And it's like, well, what are you doing?
I'm hungry.
I know. Where's he going with that? Do you know?
No, but I get what he's saying. I get what you're saying.
You speak fluent Fetes?
Yeah. It's sad.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like you're going out there. It's like, well, we're going to pay these guys and it's expensive. Like I get the question. Is he disappointing? For the money you're paying him? Yeah, I guess so.
That is the
thing.
Thing.
And guess what? It's hard in the NFL when you go through free agency and then see the production to separate the production from the value.
Elijah Moore's not disappointing because you're not paying him a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm saying is what is it, $2.5 million for this year?
So that's where I know it's a tangent. That's a big picture Bills thing, but it's sitting there. It's like they have run 12 and 13 personnel like 14% of their snaps. Like no other team in the NFL has run it more than like 4. Like they are that is how the Bills are getting their mismatch, like by just having bigger human beings on the field than the defense, and it's working, and that's great. But then why are you paying Josh Palmer and Curtis Samuel all this money?
Yeah.
And they're 4-0 and everything's fine.
It's a big old matzo ball sitting out there, George.
Yeah, it's very much
Seinfeld. It's such a great. Somebody will recognize that reference.
No food, we got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Okay, as we look ahead to Sunday, let's do our Picasso Player of the Week. Picassos. Oh, pizza sounds.
I know.
Pizza.
Yeah, I could
A
really
little
go
cup
for some.
and char too.
Oh, that is good.
pepperoni.
Yep.
Yeah. You gotta love that.
Oh.
Treat your team to the most flavorful pizza on game day. Picasso's. We are Buffalo Pizza, shipping both local and nationwide. Order online today at picassospizza.net.
We were talking maybe grabbing a slice of Picasso with Giardi before the Bills game.
Love
That
it.
would be a nice little touch to give
Yeah.
him some good Buffalo za.
Yeah.
Getting ready for the game.
I never had the cup and char till I moved to Western New York.
So good.
It's elite.
Yeah.
It really is.
You never had that or pizza logs. You never had those.
No, I
either.
never. Yeah, that's not. I don't know. I'd never heard of
I
them
didn't know that
before.
was like just growing up. Like that was what at every.
I mean, I never
bar.
had beef on weck. I never had.
That's but I think pizza.
Well, you
logs.
grew up a long way from here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
I'm
not that
kidding.
far
But
away.
but like
Okay.
pizza logs are like Wegmans.
Yeah, they didn't have Wegmans growing up. I didn't go to a Wegmans till I was in college.
There's no Wegmans in Saratoga.
No,
God.
no, it's
You guys
Price
are in the
Chopper or
sticks up
Hannaford.
there.
Wow.
So excuse me, Market 32.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Shut up. I'm
And
just-
you talk to Josh
So-
Allen.
Oh, for the record, Wegmans is obviously better. Okay, whatever. We're on a tangent here. Picasso Player of the Week. Michael, who do you have?
I can't keep saying, Greg, I'm sorry, man. I'm rooting for you. I need you to do something. Drake, could you just like get near
Fall
him?
by him.
Somehow I need him to make a play. This is an easy one to say, but not an easy one, a simple one to say. It's too obvious. I'm going to say James Cook. This is a defense that is supposed to be what's the matter?
Is there a comment?
No, I'm just laughing. I'm gonna say Josh Allen.
Oh, no. I was going to say James Cook because you look at the Patriots defense and like you talked about that, and at least their numbers show that. But I think the Bills with their O-line and James Cook believe they can run the ball on anybody. They've said that before.
Good point.
I think James Cook, to your point, Dan, about the way they're going to play defense, maybe against the Bills, and maybe some issues of getting guys open on the outside. I think Cook will open things up for them. So I'm going to say James.
Okay, what do you got?
You go.
I'm still thinking.
I wanted to put you on the spot. I'm actually going to go. I have so much confidence offensively. I think the Bills will be fine. You can throw a dart at anybody on the offense. I think they're going to have success. But what does it look like?
Well, you just said their corners will keep them from.
Yeah, but I think they've found ways to score and move the ball multiple different ways. I think it's.
Do the Patriots have a 0% chance?
No, they
to win?
have higher than a 0% chance. Mine's Christian Benford, because I think that there will be a little bit of an emphasis to force Diggs, and I don't know if he'll shadow him or travel with him or anything like that, but I want to see a little bit more out of CB. He's been okay, and I think that there was so much confidence through his training camp, getting paid, all of these things that, hey, this is going to be a true shutdown corner that could travel and be. He's more of a zone guy and kind of reading and using his techniques and studying of the game. But I want to see him kind of make some plays this week.
You make a good point about that, because I think if there's the type of receiver he's going to try to shadow, I think it's Diggs.
I think it could be Diggs.
Yeah.
Who's not burning down the field.
No.
That's not really him. He can,
and think about that. Like, there were some really fun battles at training camp when those two guys were going at it. So I think that's where I'm looking forward to be like, hey, if Diggs, they all know, like we talked to all the Bills players, they're like, Steph's going to want to do Steph things, and he's going to want to get the ball early and often. If the Patriots want to force him, I think it's going to be on CB to kind of put a stop to that.
That's fair. We have a super tip from Dan, big fan from the beginning from Walworth. Thank you so much,
Thanks, Dan.
We always
Thank you.
appreciate it. Yeah, right down the road, Walworth, right?
Yep.
Greystone.
Yes.
Stone.
Great
Right.
golf course.
Yeah.
Ooh, we love that. This vibes guy here. I think Dawson Knox. I just feel like we've seen a lot of Dalton, and I think Josh likes to reward guys that have been there and gone through it with them. And I feel like Dawson Knox has had some nice catches, but he needs to be more involved. And so I feel like this week you're going to see that opportunity for Dawson Knox. And I think he's going to answer the bell. So I will be betting an anytime touchdown on Dawson Knox.
That's, and we'll see. Jackson Hawes has been limited right during the week.
Yep.
So let's see how he is for the game. I think he'll be all right. But
yeah,
in terms of, unless they can throw 4 tight ends out there at some point. They get another one out there,
Reggie,
just put Reggie out there.
And Alec Anderson. Go 15 personnel.
15
The first ever 5 tight end offense.
Oh my God.
And Alex running the routes. Yeah.
All right. We want to do picks. We'll start with you, Dan.
Yeah. So part of this is I think there's going to be a ton of points in this game. I really don't like either defense all that much. I do think the Patriots secondary is better, but they've still given up quite a few points and quite a few yards. But the interesting stat here is, and I know we've talked about how dominant the Bills have been at home. They have on a 14-game regular season home winning streak. Over that span, they have been averaging 33.4 points per game. A lot of that, I believe all of it, has actually been with Joe Brady. This is a wagon at home. On top of that, 12 out of those 14 games, they've scored 30-plus points. The defense doesn't have to be great, guys. They just got to hold teams under 30. Okay? That's not asking a whole lot. I think there's a ton of points.
They all get together in the huddle. Under 30.
29. Break. I think that Josh and the offense are finding ways, even with lulls during the games, which I know I'm sure drive you nuts. I love this offense to score 30-plus points again. Team total is over 29.5 on DraftKings Sportsbook. Uncle Dan's Best Bets. That's one that's on there. So I like the Bills 33-27. Bills get the win. Don't cover.
Dan Fetes 3-1 on the season for your record.
Okay. Nobody asked.
I'm just reading the comment in case you couldn't read it. Just making sure you could see it. Okay. Michael.
Well, I'm 3-1 too. I think this is setting something up. I'm with Dan on the fact that I don't like the defenses in this game. I think there's going to be points up and down the field, but I do believe this is going to be the kind of game when it's over, you're going to feel better about your Bills team. They're going to win the game. It's 34. I have it 34-27 Bills in the win, but I think it's going to look like they are the better team. They put the Patriots in their place. Like, good start for you guys. Enjoy trying to fight for the wild card. It's still our division. I think you'll feel better about this win. Honestly, in a way, I think you'll feel better about this win than any win all season, because the Jets was a blowout. The Ravens was an incredible comeback, but let's be honest. You gave up 40 and looked like ass for 3 quarters, right? I mean, you did. Is that not true?
No, you looked like ass.
Well, they did.
It was one of the most incredible wins.
Comebacks. Yes, but the game itself, we got done that game.
They had a concert after the game.
Yeah, because they were stunned that they came back and won the game.
Well, the Patriots in their cold front jerseys is going to.
I'm saying is you're going to feel better about the whole team in this case. The defense was pretty rough in that one. And
you haven't given up 27 points.
Yeah, but I think that last score might just be a little cosmetics on the case.
Oh,
going to feel better.
Looked like ass. Your Philly came out.
I was saying you're with Sean McCoy.
Oh,
use guys. I'm going to just say so. 34-27.
Use guys.
I also have the Bills winning this game. I think it will be close. I have them winning 27-21. I don't have them scoring 30 points.
What?
Crazy stuff. I know.
Jenna's 0-4. That's weird to see that graphic.
No.
Oh, I guess that's my dyslexia.
No, look, I think that the Patriots it's going to be a test. It's going to be tough. I think it's going to be a close game, but I do think that the Bills are just the more mature team. I think that they are the more composed team. They play very well at home, and I think the Patriots are going to give their best shot, but I just think this is a Bills team that finds ways to win because they are better, and I expect that to be the case on Sunday in primetime. Also, before you jump in on me, Diane with the super thanks.
Thank you,
It was
Diane.
great meeting you last week. Diane, I remember you from our meet and greet. It was so much fun, and the maple candies are elite. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, very tasty. So thank you.
That was a top 10 Buffalo Plus moment.
What?
Mike just being like, you'll feel better about this win than anything else. That game was unbelievable. And you were like, well, they were ass for 3 quarters. Josh threw for 251 yards.
In the fourth quarter.
Yes, it was an incredible Josh Allen display in the fourth quarter.
Didn't you feel pretty good after that
Yeah,
game?
you
Well,
felt
you were very happy that
electric.
they won, but you were like, what did you say? How in the world did they win that
I still
game?
can't believe they won that game.
Right.
Wild.
That's the Open.
They
They had a concert.
By the way, can I throw my, that was good. Can I throw my line in? You said it's 14 wins in a row. Since the Bills
Regular
last lost
season.
at home, Russell Wilson has been benched by 3 different franchises.
Yeah.
The best stat.
And he's still making a ton of money from the
The best
Broncos.
stat.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild to think about. All right, credit to me.
You want me to start?
I can start.
Go for it.
All right, credit to Zach. So it was a
Zach
little
getting a lot of play at the
Yeah.
appearances
well, no,
too.
it was the in-laws of the
We
appearance.
might as well have Zach on the show.
Yeah.
He would hate being on here.
I'll just sit him right here.
Yes.
He would not like that. But so you know me, guys. I'm a delight all the time. That's a joke. Yeah, no. So this last week I was really stressed out and the house needed to be clean. I had laundry. I wanted to go grocery shopping. And it was just like everything was a mess. I was stressed out and I was mad and I was angry. And I was just like, Zach, can you help? And obviously he helped me, but credit to Zach because I came home and he gave me a gift card to go get a pedicure.
He
and
wanted
it was
you
like
out of the house.
everything was better. So pull a Zach. If you're with a partner and they're having a bad day, just give them a gift card to go get a pedicure. If they would enjoy that, I'm sure they would love it. You can go with your friends if you want. You can go alone if you need. So
I need
highly
to buy
recommend.
a lot of gift cards.
So Jenna and I are very close. You could get Zach something too. For,
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I bought him something. It's
Okay.
it's coming tomorrow, but
He
it's
doesn't
something-
listen to this, so it's
He
good.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But have you?
Because
Seen,
you were a peach. You were.
I
you,
was.
You
I
were.
was. Yeah.
You were the
I was-
sweetest wife.
Yes, I was such a delight.
Delight to be around.
But no, have you seen those floating? They look like floating candles for
Nope.
like Halloween. Oh, they're really cool. I got those because he's like always they're like $15. He's always wanted to buy
Big
them.
spender.
I know, but I got 2 packs. Also
Oh.
not high.
Credit to me. Playoff baseball is awesome. Credit to playoff
Mm.
baseball.
Mm.
I absolutely love it. I think this is one of those playoff baseball and playoff hockey are the 2 sports that their postseason is substantially better than the regular season. You can have great NBA games during the regular season. You can have great NFL games like we saw in week 1. Playoff games are great, but it is another level. And to see some of these teams that are involved, my Braves aren't, so I kind of have the FOMO. But not only that, while we're at Bills Media Day and waiting around, I watched highlights of the Braves 2021 World Series run and just be like, playoff baseball is so great. Living and breathing and dying on every single pitch during the playoffs. It's awesome. So credit to playoff baseball being awesome.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, the Yankees game just starting. So
Yeah. In that case.
go Jays. We
I'm
got
going to make
Jays,
this
go
one
Yanks.
quick. I was just going to say, credit to me. I've had to make a couple of speeches at weddings. And I think a couple have been at my daughter's weddings. One was at my brother's wedding. I think I know the time that it should go. I recently was at a wedding that was an awesome wedding.
Mm.
We need to put a clock on people.
Oh,
We need a clock on them. You want to make a point, and I know it's heartfelt, but
You just see Mike starting this.
well, I mean,
wrap it up.
yes, and I think it needs to be communicated to people early. No one ever went to a wedding and said, "Man, I wish that speech was on."
no, it's
Yeah.
so true.
They want to.
Man, this ordained minister. I wish he would just go another 30 minutes.
Yes. So anyhow,
12 that was perfect. Yeah.
awesome wedding. Speeches need a little tightening up.
That's
That's the
true.
TV person in me. Like, let's go, move it along.
Yeah.
Let's go, wrap it
you
up.
wish you could play the
IFB,
music.
yeah, play them off.
Yeah. This isn't a credit to me or anything like that, but sometimes we joke around about like if we could do a segment where we like vent a little bit. I think there are 2 types of people in this world, and we've talked about this a little bit before. People that know how to correctly load a dishwasher, and criminals. Like I think that there should be a way that the dishwasher is loaded so that it is the
Where
most
is this coming
easy.
from?
I would just say it's just something that grinds my gears. I'm in charge of the dishwasher quite a bit, but I've gone to my parents' house and it's just chaos.
They don't.
Thank
just
you, Rusty.
Yes. I've already talked about how to unload the dishwasher.
And I have,
By the way, also unloading the dishwasher
Thank you.
is a
Rusty.
good time to vent about probably something else. You open the dishwasher, everybody's in there. You start to empty it, and you vent about the dishwasher, but you're really mad about something else. Little passive aggressive, like you might have done that.
That was probably me.
Yeah.
Loading the washing machine. Just
Yeah. Yes.
all these clothes are his. They're not even mine.
Well, yes. I meant you can say it out loud if they're in the room too.
Yeah, no, he
Where
was.
it's like, yes.
It was under my breath. It was very not obvious. No.
Yeah.
Okay. So James saying I do the dishes in my house because I can't stand the way anyone else loads the dishwasher.
Attaboy, James.
But then you back yourself into the corner though, where no one else can do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. Hey, Cakehorn, nice vest. Psh, am I right, folks? Is that a dig?
Yes.
That's a dig.
I like the
Yes.
vest.
I do too, but that's a dig.
Oh, I think it looks good. You unload from the bottom first. That is correct.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, of course. Because
Otherwise, the water gets on all of it.
yeah.
Yes.
Also, too, once I know it's done, I'll pop it open, because otherwise, like, there are things that are like lava hot.
Yes.
So you give it the 5 minutes.
I saw this one thing. It was on one of those Instagram.
Yeah,
things
you
where
do.
tip it.
Do you tip it?
I
I don't buy it.
All I know is I take
What
it
is
out.
this?
Well, you tip the
So you know,
top
like the racks
rack.
can be adjustable. You adjust one side so that the water falls off.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a little much. No, start with the bottom, take everything out, set it on the table, move it. I was told in my own house that that's extra work. I find it to be cathartic. Out, then put away. Boom, boom, boom. I move fast.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry, I got us off on a tangent there as we were wrapping up.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
Really?
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You know how much we appreciate it. We will be in Orchard Park on Sunday at the Whiteout for the Bills Patriots divisional game as the Bills look to go 5-0.
Pod will be out Monday morning,
Yes.
Yes.
and as well as Riverworks.
Riverworks, a week from tonight in Buffalo.
Rusty, full
We've-
screen.
I've seen a
Please,
few.
please. Why are you yelling at him
Please.
like that?
He said, give the
I was
man a
gonna
break.
say,
By the way,
he's never gonna come back.
I want everybody to know Rusty's helping us out.
Yeah,
here.
he
He
is
is the
He
elite
could be on-
director
he could be on
at
break
Channel
right now.
13. He could direct in
crushing
his
it.
sleep,
Yes.
but we've given him
Yes.
some odd things that go with our podcast.
Ralph
But
Wilson
yes,
saying Dan doing his Vrabel impersonation with the vest. That's pretty funny.
yeah,
That's
that's
pretty
all
good.
right. So there you go. Live podcast next Thursday.
Yes.
We'll be there from 5 on, enjoying it, and then you can
Appreciate you, Rusty.
distract. We will.
Oh, you're turning my mic off?
We will distract you from watching the Sabres.
That's very fair.
Maybe it'll be good. I don't know.
All
We'll
right.
see.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Buffalo Plus channel. Please be sure again to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You know how much we appreciate it. For Mike and Dan and Rusty, I'm Jenna Cottrell. We'll catch you next time here on Buffalo Plus. From the Connors and Paris podcast.
Podcast
From
studio.
the Connors and Paris podcast studio. Thanks.